A 24 years old boy seeing out from the train's window shouted, "Dad, look, the trees are going behind." Dad smiled and a young couple sitting nearby looked at the 24 years old childish behavior with pity. Suddenly he again exclaimed, "Dad, look, the clouds are running with us." The couple couldn't resist and said to the old man, "Why don't you take your son to a good doctor?" The old man smiled and said, "I did, and we are just coming from the hospital. My son was blind from birth. He just got his eyes today." John and David were both patients in a mental hospital. One day, while they were walking, they passed the hospital swimming pool, and John suddenly dove into the deep end. He sank to the bottom and stayed there. David promptly jumped in and saved him, swimming to the bottom of the pool and pulling John out. The medical director came to know of David's heroic act. He immediately ordered that David be discharged from the hospital, as he now considered him to be okay. The doctor said, "David, we have good news and bad news for you. The good news is that we are going to discharge you because you have regained your sanity. Since you were able to jump in and save another patient, you must be mentally stable. The bad news is that the patient that you saved hung himself in the bathroom and died after all." David replied, "Doctor, John didn't hang himself. I hung him there to dry." The class teacher asks a student to name an animal that begins with an E. One boy says elephant. Then the teacher asks for an animal that begins with a T. The same boy says two elephants. The teacher sends the boy out of the class for bad behavior. After that, she asks for an animal beginning with M. The boy shouts from the other side of the wall, "Maybe an elephant." A professor was traveling by boat. On his way, he asked the sailor, "Do you know biology, ecology, zoology, geography, physiology?" The sailor said no to all his questions. "Professor, what the hell do you know on Earth? You will die of illiteracy." After a while, the boat started sinking. The sailor asked the professor, "Do you know swiminology and escapology from sarcology?" The professor said no. Sailor, "Well, sarcology and crocodilogy will eat your assology, headology, and you will diology because of your mouthology."